Hello folks, Papa Top 912 and
Moo 912,
and we are coming with a short overview of our new camping product. It is the Whynter 65 quart refrigerator freezer unit. It's a portable refrigerator freezer that is going to replace the ice chest that we had on our last camping trip. Now don't get me wrong, I love that ice chest and it's great. I mean, it's big, it'll hold ice for 5 days. But this here unit is going to allow us to not have to worry about taking ice, and on those hot days we don't have to worry about replenishing ice while we're on the trip. The unit itself is about 2.5 feet wide, a little over 2 feet deep, and about the same on the depth. It's a fairly heavy unit. It's about 60 pounds, I believe. I can muscle it around myself. It'll probably be upwards, could get close to 80 or 100 pounds depending on how much food you put in there. We won't be putting that much food in there. A couple things on there. It's got the locks on it are metal. So are the hinges on the back. In the hinges, there's almost like a double hinge. It's two pieces of metal right behind each other, and it's got 3 screws per hinge. I guess top and bottom. So I say the hinge is very secure, and on the sides of it, it has these metal handles. Plastic handles with spring snaps on them, so they'll always stay down and close to the unit when they're not being used. This is the power ports for the AC and the DC plugs. And here's kind of the control panel where you'll control the temperature. And it also has a readout so you'll know what the temperature is inside of the unit. The compressor is over here. It's got vents on the back and the side. So I'll flip it around again so you can see those hinges on the back. The metal hinges. There's another vent for the compressor. Now this unit is a refrigerator / freezer unit, but it's the all-in-one unit. Whereas they have another model which is a 62 quart model, and that one actually has a full divider and actually a double door. So there's a portion of it for a freezer and a portion of it for a fridge. This one will do the same thing. I'm going to try to tilt it over so you can see inside of there. This section here is the freezer. It sits right on top of that refrigeration unit, and that side over there is more of the refrigerator. Now, one of the mods that I did read online was to help separate that. I have a sheet of 1-inch insulation board. It's kind of the insulation board that they use for building houses, and I was using that for my ice chest air conditioning unit that I was building. That was overall, I give that a C, but this video isn't about that. But anyway, I had to buy a big sheet and I had some left over, so I'm going to cut a piece of that board to put in between here and put some vent holes so that the refrigerator will still get some coolness, but that'll keep the freezer. It'll just help keep the zones a little bit more separate. Don't sit on top of it, please. So the unit comes with the 12-volt DC adapter, and it has the AC power cord that goes in as well. Some instructions, and to help you get at the food items that you do put inside of here, it has 2 separate baskets that you can pull out independently of each other. They're just kind of still taped together right now because we just opened the unit. And at the very bottom, you won't be able to see it here. I'm not going to tilt the unit back over, but on the refrigerator side, there is a little drain plug in there. So if you take it out of service and it has a little water in there, you can drain the water out of there. I'm assuming that's what it is. I'll read it in the manual, but just if I had to guess what it was, I'd say it was the drain plug. So the top has insulation in it as well, and has a pretty decent seal. It still has this plastic on it here right now, but when I first opened the box and opened the unit for the very first time, it was almost like a suction cup trying to get it to open. So I think that seal's gonna be pretty good on there. So what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and plug this up on the AC, using the AC adapter, let it get cool, and just see how cold we can actually get this unit. I'm going to use the rapid freeze. It has a rapid freeze where it's supposed to get down to either 8 or -8 degrees within an hour with the unit being empty. So it just came in the mail today. I ordered it over the weekend, Amazon Prime, 2-day delivery. It's an awesome service, and the delivery is free. And shipping on a 65-pound package is not exactly cheap. So I do appreciate Amazon for doing that for us. We're going to plug it up, see what it's going to do. We're going to keep it plugged up all week because we have a 4-day camping trip coming up this Friday. We want to just make sure if there's any bugs in it, we find that out between today and tomorrow. Hopefully, if we had to get another one shipped to us, it'll be here by Friday. That's the initial overview. I'll maybe put a couple extra little snippets on the back side of this, just showing the temperature gauge, the control panel once we get it plugged up and running, and I read the directions. But this is the overview of the Whynter 65 quart portable refrigerator freezer unit. Alright folks, so I've had this unit plugged up for probably going on to an hour now. When I first started, the temperature was 81 degrees, and you can see now it is down to 36. I set the temperature at 37, so it's actually reached temperature and the compressor is not running now. So I want to go over the control panel with you so you can see how this thing operates. It's pretty straightforward. When you plug it in, it automatically comes on, and this right here is the LED panel to tell you what temperature the unit is set. And then all you gotta do is hit the set button, and I'm gonna turn it down, and you should hear the unit come on. And if you wait 5 seconds, that is the new temperature it's going to set at. This unit also has a fast freeze mode, and I think you can hear that the compressor just turned back on. It also has a fast freeze mode, and that's this FF button. If you push that fast freeze mode, it will drop the temperature down to -6 degrees, and then it will hold it there in freeze mode. It's recommended not to use that setting for more than 4 hours because you could cause permanent damage to the unit. And then you can see that green light that's on right there. That just means it's running properly. That's the run button. And then right next to it is the low button. So if your battery power or your voltage gets low, that button will flash and let you know that the power's low, and then the unit will turn itself off to avoid getting damage. So now I'm going to just hit the fast freeze button, and then that button turns red to let you know that you're in that mode. And if I keep this in that mode, I would say in about 10 minutes it'll probably be down to -6 degrees, because in less than an hour on regular mode it went from 81 down to 35. So that's the fast freeze mode. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back on the regular setting, green, and gonna go ahead and push the set button back. I believe optimal temperature for a regular refrigerator unit is 37 degrees. I'm not using it as a freezer right now, so I'm keeping it above freezing. So it's set at 37. So the unit will, when the compressor comes on, it will drop down 2 or 3 degrees below that setting and then shut itself off. It'll stay off until it gets about 2 to 3 degrees above that setting. So maybe 35 to 39-ish is that range when I got it set at 37. So the inside of the box is nice and cool and chilly at the moment. So I think we have a winner. Only time will tell what happens as we use it a couple times, but right now I am pleased with the unit.